In this example, we're talking about completing the square. So you've got a trinomial, which is a three-termed polynomial, and we sometimes want it to be a perfect square. So we want to find that perfect third number that would give us factors that would create a double root or a factor with multiplicity 2. So you want to find that perfect number that's going to give you that root, that double root. The way you do that is if whatever number you have here on your x term, you divide it by 2 and you square it. And then that's going to create that double root. If it's negative, the negative really doesn't matter here because you're squaring it, so it's just going to be positive. But it does matter when you write your factor. So looking here at part A, to find the perfect, complete the square for D, or that perfect number for D, you're going to take the K term, and if you want to include the negative, you can, and you're going to divide it by 2. So that's the X term divided by 2 and squared. Notice X is not on the number, it's only the coefficient of X. And you square it, and you get negative 3 squared is 9, 2 squared is 4. So 9/4 is that number. It says then write the trinomial in the square of the binomial it represents. So they want us to write x squared minus 3x and then that perfect constant, 9/4. And then when we factor it, that would be x minus 3/2 squared. So you can either take this and factor it like we did in the other example, or the fastest way is just to whatever number you squared, that is the perfect number that's going to go into the factor. Part B is a little bit backwards. They've given you the perfect number. They want to know what was the coefficient on the x. So we're using the same equation, but instead of D equals, we already know D is 64. And then we are going to take that, the D, they've labeled it D, divided by 2 squared is what made the 64. So now we're just going to solve for that. We're going to take the square root of both sides to get rid of the square. You get plus or minus 8 when you take the square root of 64. And then you get D over 2. And you're going to multiply 2 to both sides. So you're going to get plus or minus 16 is the value of D. So then writing it in that final way they want, you're going to have actually two answers. You're going to have x squared plus 16x plus 64. And then that would factor into x plus, so then the number here, since D is 16, is this 8, or you can think of it as plugging 16 back in. So we get 8 squared, because 8 times 8 is 64, and then 8 plus 8 is that 16. And then you also are going to have the negative version of that. So you're going to have x squared minus 16x, because of that plus or minus that we got earlier. And that would give us factors of x minus 8 to make the negative 16 in the middle. So then two solutions to part B.